Everyone uses deodorant, but which ones are best? I'm going to compare 8 of the leading men's brands, including Dove Men's Care, Mitchum, Degree, Tom's of Maine, Old Spice Swagger, Axe Phoenix, Speed Stick, and Dr. Squatch. We're going to see what ingredients they have, how those ingredients affect our bodies, and how well they glide on and smell. For our slide test, I put a marking of the deodorants of all 8 on a black t-shirt so you can see the remaining markings on the black t-shirt background. The 2 that are by far the most marking are Men's Degree and Tom's of Maine, where the one that's least is Mitchum. Now, Mitchum does not have any odors. It is not a solid. It's a gel, so that one was able to soak in and not leave any mark. I would say the other 5, the Dr. Squatch, Speed Stick, Old Spice, Axe, and Dove, tied pretty much in terms of their marking remainder, with the Dr. Squatch leaving a little bit wider of a mark because it is a circular applicator and not an oval. We'll have a look at how all 8 priced out and do a smell comparison in a second. But if you're looking to purchase or try one of these deodorants, I'll place links in the description below. I have a way for you to save 10% and get free shipping on Dr. Squatch products, and at no cost to you, and it helps support the channel some, so thanks. If you don't know things about ingredients like parabens, glycol, or aluminum and how they can affect your body, well, allow me to explain to you. So first, let's look at the parabens. Now, these are arguably the most dangerous item on our list because once they're absorbed into your skin, they essentially function as the hormone estrogen. Now, they used to be used to prevent fungus or bacteria or yeast from growing on the skin or on the actual head of the deodorant. And I say they were used to because, as you can see here, of the 8 brands we tested, none of them contain parabens at all. So that's a good sign. Secondly, glycol. Glycol is essentially something that holds the deodorant together and causes it to be more oily and to slide on. Although it doesn't consume too heavily, our body can have allergic reactions and therefore can be a risk in that regard. And thirdly, and the one that might present the most question today, is aluminum. They're basically aluminum salts, and these are what actually make a deodorant into an antiperspirant. You'll see here that both Mitchum and Degree contain decent percentages of aluminum, but the aluminum can absorb into our bodies and our kidneys have to flush that back out. In fact, if you have weakened kidneys already, doctors recommend you do not use an antiperspirant because it can overburden your already weakened kidneys. And as you can see, the deodorant or antiperspirant category, it's simply the containing of aluminum that makes a deodorant into an antiperspirant. So the 2 antiperspirants we have on our list for today are Mitchum and Degree. All the rest are simply deodorants. All right, let's have a look at the money now. I think it's always important not just look at individual price of the whole container, but how many ounces are in the package. So we're going to break it down for price per ounce for each of these categories. And really, in my estimation, it comes down to kind of 3 categories. Coming in somewhat surprisingly as the cheapest on the list is actually Axe Phoenix. I think of them as kind of a highly marketed brand, and yet they also come out as the cheapest option. So kind of surprising per ounce, but they come in at $133. And within 25% of that price, which is, I'll call that a first tier pricing point, goes all the way up through, let me see here, we have Dove Men's Care, Speed Stick, and Old Spice Swagger. Those remaining 4 are all kind of that first tier pricing level. The next level up would include 3. That would be Degree, which we tested in the other video. You can see that here at the end of this video if the link in. Tom's of Maine and Mitchum. Mitchum being the strongest antiperspirant, and Tom's of Maine being one of the 2 that advertise as all natural. Dr. Squatch comes in at the top tier. It is almost 4 times the price of the cheapest, yet it's also the one that has the strongest stance on green issues and being all natural. And as we get to the smell test, you'll see where it really stands out here. Smell test. Okay, we're going to compare the smells of the 8 deodorants now. I confess this is very subjective, but I'll do the best I can to describe them in a way that might be helpful for you as a consumer. All right, Dove Men Care. Mostly a soapy smell. I don't get much of any fragrance that would be considered attractive, but clean. Mitchum. Absolutely nothing. There is no scent whatsoever. Degree. Even more soapy than Dove's Men Care. This one has a pretty strong soap smell. Tom's of Maine. I'm not sure how to identify that, but I don't like it. Old Spice Swagger. Now that one's very fragrant, and I rather like the smell of that one. It has almost beyond just a coverage smell, perhaps something that would be a bit more of a cologne or an attractant. Axe Phoenix. Reminds me of a lot of shampoo smells, and frankly, as an Axe product, a little bit of a adolescent locker broom. Not in a bad way, but in the way that they all smell like. Speed Stick. Actually pretty refreshing. Does have a little bit of a oily smell to it that may just be the glycol that might wear off quickly, but does have a nice slight perfume / cologne smell to it. Dr. Squatch. Clear winner, has a very intentional smell to it that reminds me of the outdoors, kind of a piney smell. I think for all the things that it offers in terms of safety and being free of allergens, the smell test is where it really, really shines. I'm eager to try the other scents as well. Don't forget the links in the description. And in this next video, my brother puts me in his 90-degree shed so I can exercise and see how stinky I get comparing Degree and Dr. Squatch in different armpits. It's humiliating, and it's science-like.